I was really excited about The Mandalorian when Jon Favreau called me and said I have good news and bad news. The good news is I wrote a role for you. Then I go, how do you ever say no? The bad news is probably not going to have a lot of money to pay you. I said, it's Disney, you got a lot of money. He said, it's all going into the volume. He was so honest and transparent with me. I was excited. I loved the early Star Wars movies. They meant a lot to me. They were composed of a story that was really mythological to me. And those are the stories that we learn from, but we're equally entertained by. So the first day I saw Grogu, I was walking by a table and there was a canvas over something on that table. And I was talking to John and he said, hey, you want to see the child? And I said, sure. And he pulls off the canvas and there's this really incredible Baby Yoda sitting there. And just at that moment, the puppeteer walked by and said, do you want to talk to him? And I said, yes. And he opened his eyes and looked at me. And I was just astounded by the real life feeling of emotion that child elicited. And I looked at John and I said, John, that's the star of the show. And he did one of those Jon Favreau moves and he said, you think so? I said, I know so. And look what happened. When I came back for that third season, was it? Third season, I made a decision that I wanted to have a different haircut, and I didn't have the mustache, and I walked in and got suited up in my best scar, and I looked differently. I felt different. Moff had been away for a long time, in prison, held captive, and John walked in and he went, "Oh, no mustache?" And I went, "No mustache." I felt strongly about it. I felt like we had a different Moff Gideon in his return than we saw on his leaving. And what happened to him in between probably was a lot of emotional consequence and trauma and ideas and thinking, and he would come back as a different human being. Parish, electric, shocking, intriguing, a character-driven drama about a guy that you're going to root for and be shocked at some of the decisions he makes, but you'll understand why he makes them. You can see Parish March 31st on AMC.
I am out.